In terms of touching the panel, bottom line is we don't, because it's currently set up to come on 4 hours twice a day.
Yep.
But just show us how to actually change the time.
Okay. So if you want to change the time settings or the pool runs, press timer once. It's pretty self-explanatory. It'll tell you next is this button. So timer 1, it comes on at 6 a.m. If you want to change it, hour, minutes, these buttons here. Pretty simple. That's the amount of time it runs for. So if you want to adjust that again, hours, minutes, however long you want it to run for. Next, the pump speed. So the pump speed is set on AI mode. So the chlorinator will decide on the amount of water it needs to turn over and how long fast it needs to go. Next time it comes on at 1, same again, 4 hours and in AI mode. Okay, timer 3 not used, and timer 4 not used. Manual on speed, so it's basically when you switch it, go into the pool mode. If you put it manually on, it will run on high the whole time it's on manual. Again, you can just up and down arrow to adjust these speeds, medium or low. Medium or high, yeah. And that's it, back to pool. So at the moment it's manual off. So pool modes we have here. So if for some reason if you want to do a backwash or you want to turn the pump off, normally that would be in operation mode there, and it'll tell you what stage it's at. So at the moment it's saying it's on until 5 p.m. I've got it now. It's still a pre-purge, but it will say pull on until 5 p.m. Now if you want to turn it off for some reason, pool mode, manually on, manually off. So now that is totally switched off to do whatever you want to do. To switch it back on again, you can either go back into the timer mode or you can go to manually on. Now manual on, it'll just run until you turn it back off again. Okay, so we go back on the timer mode.
Okay, so now we're back on that.
Yeah.
This is now into its pre-programmed program.
Yes.
Right. Now, in terms of the time, 4 hours 2 times a day, what seasons would we need to change that to be longer or shorter?
This manual won't really change anything.
Okay, so basically...
It will adjust the chlorine production in that amount of time, whether it's winter or not.
Okay, so bottom line is, as I said before, leave it alone.
Yeah, so 8 hours a day, the pump will drop down to low speed and it'll turn over that amount of water. So the amount of water is already programmed into here, so the pool size. So this machine knows the pool size. It knows how many litres per minute the pump turns over in different speeds. So it's in AI mode. So it will know when it's turned that pool over sufficiently enough of water. So the main purpose of the filtration is to turn over the water. The chlorinator is there for the sanitisation. So this doesn't need to be on the whole time. So it will just turn this on as the sensor tells it the chlorine's a little bit low. It will turn the chlorinator on, dose it the chlorine until the level's reached again, and then we'll turn the chlorinator off again.
Okay, and it's also evaluating the pH level automatically?
So we've got a pH sensor here. So if we go up into here and go into the settings, so that's a chlorine set point at the moment.
So what does 650 mean?
So that's millivolts, which is measured in overoctane. So you convert that into chlorine level. It sort of varies in some pools, but 650 is generally around the 3 parts per million. Now if you're finding that level in the pool wasn't sufficient, you'd like to bring the chlorine level up a bit, you'd just raise that up to like 700 or 750. And same if it's too strong, you just reduce that number back down a bit.
Okay.
So pH set point is set at 7.4, which is your standard pH level for pools, for the skin, for the body, swimmer comfort basically. So that's just set at 7.4. If the pH goes up, the machine will automatically turn on through this acid pump and it'll suck acid out of the bottle and pump it into the pool system and dose the pool.
Right.
And also the advantages of slow dosing acid is the alkalinity is far less affected. So you go through a lot less chemicals and buffer. Because if you put in like a litre at a time in one hit, the total alkalinity will drop and then you need to add buffer to counteract it again. But by drip feeding it, the alkalinity is very little affected.
Okay, now we have a spare bottle of acid there.
Yep.
When that one there is light,
Yep.
needs to be changed, we turn the pump off.
Yep. So we go up here, we go manually off.
Okay, and then nothing's now working.
Nothing's on, so it's just a matter of unscrewing this lid.
Yep.
Just like that, and then
And putting it in there, yeah.
unscrewing that one. And just drop that in there, do that lid back up, put that lid on there, and throw that one in the bin.
Right, but given that that's not empty, let's put it back again.
Yep.